Okay. So here what we do is we start with the first function u is equal to, let u is equal to sine cube, and the next function here v is equal to x cube. Two functions given. I've assumed them to be u and v. So here we have to find du dv, right? Differentiation of sine x cube with respect to x cube, which is v. Okay, so therefore now, so we start with the first one. So we have u is equal to sine x cube. Now see that u is a function of x. So therefore you can find du dx. Du dx is what? Cos x cube, because first you differentiate sine and then you differentiate what is inside the sine, that is x cube. So you get 3x square cos x cube as du dx. Next what you do here is you find out from v, you start from v and you say dv dx is equal to 3x square, right? So now since you have to find du dv, you say du dv is equal to du dx
by dvdx.
by dv dx, and that should be 3x square cos x cube divided by 3x square. So 3x square 3x square cancel off, you simply get cos x. Okay, moving on to the next one. From this question is differentiate tan inverse 2x by 1 minus x square with respect to sin inverse 2x by 1 plus x square. Okay, so here again we start with, we take the functions as u and v. So let u is equal to tan inverse 2x by 1 minus x square and v is equal to sin inverse 2x by 1 plus x square. So we start with u. We'll have to find du dx first. So we have u is equal to tan inverse 2x by 1 minus x square. So we'll do this by trigonometric substitution. So what you do here is you say let x is equal to tan theta. That means theta is equal to tan inverse x.
Yes, sir.
Therefore u is equal to tan inverse 2 tan theta
Tan x
by 1 minus
tan
tan
theta
square,
minus tan square theta.
which is tan inverse tan 2 theta,
Tan theta. Tan 2 theta.
which is equal to 2 theta, and theta is tan inverse x. So therefore what is du dx? It is the ddx of 2 tan inverse x, right? Which is 2 ddx tan inverse x, which is 2 by 1 plus x square.
2 by 1 plus x square.
So we have found out du dx. Now we shall proceed to find out du dv dx. Also, v is equal to sin inverse 2x by 1 plus x square. Again, we substitute x is equal to tan theta here. Let's substitute x is tan phi, change the angle. So therefore, phi is equal to tan inverse. Therefore, v is equal to sin inverse 2 tan phi by 1 plus tan square phi, which is equal to sin inverse 2 tan theta by 1 plus tan square theta is how much? Sin 2 theta, right? So sin 2 phi. So this is simply 2 phi,
Yes, sir.
which is 2 tan inverse x again, isn't it? So therefore, dv dx is again 2 by 1 plus x square, isn't it? Just like the
Yes,
one,
sir.
hence du dv is,
The dv dx dv by du is equal to 1.
yes, du
Both will
dx
cancel.
by dv dx, which is 2 by 1 plus x square divided by 2 by 1 plus x. All are going to cancel here. You simply get a 1. That's it. That is differentiation of one function with respect to another. We now start with the next part, that is an important part called the logarithmic differentiation. Now, what is logarithmic differentiation? Where do we use logarithmic differentiation? Now, normally for functions such as we use logarithmic differentiations uh, when one function is raised to the power of another function. To the power of another function. Okay, you can use logarithmic differentiation here. Or normally we use it when the function is a product of powers of functions. Okay. In this, let us see an example to illustrate this problem. Let us say I want to differentiate if I want to differentiate, say here, sine x to the power of x. See that one function has been raised to the power of another, right? So what we do here is we take y is equal to sine x to the power of x, and we take log on both sides. And by log, I mean natural log. Okay? So log y is equal to log sine x to the power of x. That means log y is equal to x log sine x. Right? Now we differentiate both sides of this. Differentiating both sides with respect to x. We get. And how do you differentiate log y? First, you differentiate log y with respect to y. So 1 by y we'll get. And then you differentiate y with respect to x.
With respect to x.
So now this is x into log sine x. So we use u into v rule. So x ddx
constant.
Log, not constant.
ddx of log sine x.
X is not constant. We are simply using uv rule. Okay. Don't say x is a
Yes,
constant.
maybe one is kept like.
The treatment
no
is the same. Treatment is somewhat similar.
Yes.
So here we get x. Now log sine x. How we differentiate?
And
First we differentiate log to get 1 by sine x into ddx of sine x, right?
Yes.
And plus this is log sine x into 1, which is simply log sine x. So we get here x cos x by sine x.
Sine x
Plus log sine
cot
x. Which you can also write as x cot x.
X cot x plus log sine x.
Plus log sine x. Right? So we are getting 1 by y dy dx is equal to x cot x plus log sine x. That means what is dy dx? Dy dx is y times x cot x plus log sine x. And now you put the value of y. What is the value of y here? Sine x to the power of x. So which is sine x to the power of x into x cot x plus log sine x. Right? So whenever one function is raised to the power of another, we use logarithmic differentiation. Another application of logarithmic differentiation is when you have a product of two or more functions, especially when each function is raised to the power of either a power of another function or a rational power. Okay, let's see. So differentiate x plus 1 whole square root x minus 1 divided by x plus 4 whole cube into e to the power of x. See this is actually a product of functions which have been raised to certain powers, right? Now here, it will be difficult to differentiate directly because you will have to first use u by v rule, and then again you have to use u into v rule, isn't it? So what you do here is you use logarithmic differentiation. Can write this as that means now you take log on both sides. That means log y is equal to log of all this. Okay. I use the laws of logarithms.
Minus. So then further we can break
Yes,
log x plus
I'm
y.
doing step by step. Let's write it as log x plus 4 whole cube, and then we'll write by power rule. So twice log this by power rule minus and this you can write as x log e. Open the brackets. Now what is log e? Log e is 1. Okay, now differentiate both sides. Differentiating both sides with respect to x. We get first, how do you differentiate log y? First differentiate it with respect to y and then dy dx is equal to, now you have to differentiate log x plus 1. So you have twice ddx log x plus 1 means first we differentiate log and then into ddx of x plus 1, which is 1 plus half. Again here it should be 1 by x minus 1. Again here it should be 3 by x plus 4. And here it should be 1 because ddx of x is 1. So that means what is dy dx? Is y into all this. Okay. Put the value of y here. Value of y here is x plus 1 whole square root x minus 1 divided by x plus 4 whole square whole cube. Yes, x plus 4 whole cube e to the power of x into all this. See how easily we got the derivative with the help of log. If you would have differentiated directly, then you would have come across a lot of problems. You could have made mistakes in simplification, but with the help of logs, this differentiation has been made very easy. So here are the two most important applications where log is used. Okay, let us try some more problems. Differentiate number one. First problem here is tan x to the power of cos x. Okay. Second problem here is cos x to the power of x. Okay. Next is yes, I think these two. Work out these two. First one, let y is equal to tan x to the power of cos x. Take log on both sides. One function has been raised to another. So we take log on both sides. Log y is equal to cos x log tan x. Now differentiate both sides. One by y dy dx is equal to cos x into d dx log tan x plus log tan x d dx cos x. So you have log tan x as 1 by tan x into sec square x plus d dx cos x is minus sin x. We change this plus sign to a minus sign. Minus sin x log tan x. So now you change this tan to sin by cos. So cos and cos will cancel, and extra you have a sec square. But better change this to cos also. Okay, minus sin x log tan x. Now see, this can be written as 1 by cos x into sin x by cos x minus sin x log tan x, which can be written as sec x tan x minus sin x log tan x. So this is what we are getting 1 by y dy dx. Therefore dy dx is y times all this. Put the value of y. Tan x to the power of cos x into sec x tan x minus sin x log tan x. And that's your answer. Second one is y is equal to, I've given you cos x to the power of x. Okay. Now in this question, there are two parts to this question. That is cos and x to the power of x. Okay. So what we do here is we say let u is equal to x to the power of x. Okay. I differentiate this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cos
Tell me fast.
power x is only x.
Cos? I cannot hear you.
X power x is only x.
Yes, but this is not the same as cos x to the power of x. Understood? These two are different. Here x only has been raised to the power of x. Clear? So these two are different. So what we do here is I start by saying let u is equal to x to the power of x. So therefore you have y is equal to cos x to the power cos u, right? And u becomes x to the power of x, right? So now we have to find from here y is equal to cos u, you can find dy du minus sin u, right? And from here, how do you differentiate u? You take logs. Log u is equal to x log x. Now differentiating both sides with respect to x. You get 1 by u du dx is equal to x into ddx log x is 1 by x plus log x into ddx of x is 1. You simply get 1 plus log x. So that means what is du dx? U times 1 plus log x. What is u? X to the power of x into 1 plus log x. So therefore by chain rules, what should be dy dx? Hence dy dx is the product of these two, right? dy du into du dx. So this is minus sin u into x to the power of x into 1 plus log x. Put the value of u. What is the value of u? X to the power of x. So you can rewrite this as minus x to the power of x sine x to the power of x into 1 plus log x. Okay, clear with this problem? Okay, so we'll do one last problem for today. 2 or 3 more problems are left from logarithmic differentiation. We shall finish those after the vacations. If y is equal to e to the power of x minus y, show that dy dx is equal to y by 1 plus y. So we have y is equal to e to the power of x minus y. Take log on both sides. This you can actually differentiate directly also, but taking logs will make it easier. Log e, you know, is 1. Now you differentiate both sides. One by y dy dx is equal to 1 minus dy dx. Now you take dy dx together. They have 1 plus 1 by y plus 1 times dy dx is equal to 1. That means you have 1 plus y by y dy dx is equal to 1. That means dy dx must be equal to y by 1 plus y. Okay, that is what you needed to prove here. You have time for one more. Let's do it. Question is if x to the power of m into y to the power of n is equal to x plus y to the power of m plus n. Prove that dy dx is equal to y by x. So start with the given function. Take log on both sides. That means you have log x to the power of m plus log y to the power of n. Now here by power rule, you can write m plus n log x plus y. So that you have m log x plus n log y is equal to m plus n log x plus y. Now you differentiate both sides. X. We get m ddx log x is 1 by x plus n ddx log y is 1 by y dy dx is equal to m plus n ddx log x plus y. First differentiate log to get 1 by x plus y into ddx of x plus y is 1 plus dy dx. Okay, this is what we are getting. So next step, m by x plus n by y dy dx is equal to m plus n by x plus y plus m plus n by x plus y into dy dx. Now you take the dy dx together. We have n by y minus m plus n by x plus y dy dx is equal to m plus n by x plus y minus m by x. Okay, now you take the LCM here, y into x plus y. So you have n times x plus y minus m plus n times y. Whole thing multiplied by dy dx. And on the right hand side, if you take the LCM, you have m plus n into x minus m times x plus y, right? Now simplify. Here you get nx plus ny minus my minus ny divided by y into x plus y. So here ny will cancel. Dy dx is equal to, here you again multiply mx plus nx minus mx minus my divided by x into x plus y. So here again from the numerator mx will cancel. Also x plus y will cancel from both sides. What are you left with? Here on the left hand side, you are left with nx minus my divided by y into dy dx is equal to, here you are left with nx minus my divided by x. Okay. So here again these two will cancel. Or better still, we don't cancel. Now that we have reached at this step, numerators we don't cancel actually. Okay, denominator we can cancel. It is always better to take everything on one side because if you cancel this on both sides, you will lose solutions, remember. Okay, you take this on this side, nx minus my divided by x is equal to 0. Now from these two, what you do, you take nx minus my common. We get 1 by y dy dx minus 1 by x is equal to 0. That means what do you get? Either nx minus my is equal to 0, or 1 by y dy dx minus 1 by x is equal to 0. That means now if I take the first part as non-zero, that is taking nx minus my not equal to 0, we have, then the second part must be 0. 1 by y dy dx minus 1 by x is equal to 0. So you can simplify this to get dy dx is equal to y by x, and that is what you are required. Okay, so I'll stop here.